Every second, somewhere in the world, a genius is born. They come to us with a dream, a destiny, and a desire to make an impact. Their words, their ideas, have the power to move and motivate strangers, the power to rattle the skies and shake the moon, but only if they're asked to share. It's in the act of contribution that changes us. In the moment that we realize that what we have is exactly what someone else in the world needs. And it's in that moment that our humanity is cemented. That's why you are here. That's why I am here. And that is why they are here. They come to us, our learners today, with an expectation of contribution. And they are imprisoned in our system, which is consumed with consumption. They are simply not asked. And in that silence, we underestimate not only the power they bring to their own learning, but the power their contribution brings to the world. That stops today. We change lives and we change the world through our contributions. And in this single sentence, spoken with truth, with conviction, with fierceness, not as a statement of motivation, but as a statement of expectation. When I look you in the eye and I say, you are a genius, and the world needs your contribution. I am not saying that to boost your ego. I am not saying that to make you feel good about yourself. I am saying that because the work that we have ahead of us, whether it is a room of 500 of the world's brightest engineers and entrepreneurs, or a room full of 5-year-olds, the room is the smartest person in the 21st century. But that's only if every single person in the room fully, absolutely, completely contributes everything that they have. And that is where we change the world. And that's where we fail to change the world. Because somewhere between preschool and grad school, we have withheld our genius. We have held back. We have hesitated. We have not dared greatly or dreamed audaciously because we've been told we're not enough, that we don't matter. And we believe it. We have to change that belief right here, right now. I want you to turn to the person next to you, and I want you, with fierceness and conviction, to speak these words and to hear these words and feel at the destiny level, at the DNA level, how they change not only you, but how they change the room. So, your assignment, turn to the genius next to you and tell them your expectation. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So did you feel that? That was biology. You can't not be impacted. It is biologically impossible because what I'm speaking about is DNA. Human beings need to know they matter. They need to know they are valued. And the deepest, most absolute, untapped level of motivation and in triumph is hearing these words. I needed you. I couldn't do this without you. You were essential. I can't imagine accomplishing this without your contribution. So, let me set the scene for what education what learning, what life, what the world looks like if everyone in the room absolutely, completely believes this and acted as if they did. 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I was in a room like this, except it was the last day of high school. So remember that? The last day of high school. What were you thinking about the last day of high school? Probably not changing the world. And neither were these about 400 students in Philadelphia. And so, standing in front of them the night before with the superintendent, a very brave superintendent and a very brave group of teachers, I have been asking teachers and schools and learners for 25 years to believe in, to live up to and into this truth. And a few have taken me up on that offer. And so basically the superintendent's trying to wean me down, and he's like, well, maybe, possibly like 10, at the most 20 kids are gonna stay. I just want you to know, like there was an astronaut at our school last night, and the whole town was here, and they checked out, but you can't really screw this up. It's the last day of school, so go for it. So I'm like, all right. So I had them from 7:30 in the morning to 8, and at 8:01 they received their yearbooks, and they were all out for the summer. So just imagine, this is all I had. This was my arsenal. I'm standing up in front of 400 kids who are not looking at me because they're looking at their phones. Like, I get my yearbook, I got my flip-flops on, I got my summer break, and I say to them, you are a genius, and the world needs your contribution. And here's the important question for you, for me, for everyone. Do you think they believed me? What do you think? In fact, I even asked them what percentage of the room believed me when I said this. About right. I think one kid, just because he felt sorry for me, because he knew, he's like, oh my God, okay, I'll believe you, whatever. You're right, about 1% to 2%, and that's pretty accurate. And I knew that. So I said, I understand that 1% to 2% of you don't believe that. But here's the truth. If you were 5, you would believe me. So remember that. Remember you were 5 once. And remember you ran to school and you demanded that your contribution be noticed. So become 5 today and stay with me till 10 o'clock. And if you don't believe me, at 10 o'clock, you can have a great summer, and I will see you next year. What followed will take your breath away, because it took mine away. So here's what we did. What I asked in that half an hour is to tell me and to tell each other what mattered. You heard this morning, you heard all week, passion matters. What matters to you in your gut? Tell me anything that matters to you in the world, and I guarantee it will matter to somebody else. We have to make it public. If that matters to you, I'm going to find one person in the world that matters to, and you can talk to them about it. I don't know what's going to happen through it, but here's what I want you to talk about. What breaks your heart about that? The root of passion is to suffer. And it is in that suffering and through what we call compassion-driven learning that we discover absolutely what we're capable of. And so as students explored what was passionate to them, we did what we called mapping our heartbreak. What, through that heartbreak, is it that says to you, I could help with that. I could be of assistance. I could be needed. I didn't think about that. I could be a part. So we take big ideas like things that break our life and our world, like homelessness, like abuse, like clean water, where people think, I can't change the world because I can't do that, but I can do this. And so as we mapped our heartbreaks deeper and deeper and deeper, we found out what we could do. And we found out how smart the room was. And we articulated on a wall what the genius was that we could call on. So if we needed to do that, we're going to go to this person. If we needed to do that, we're going to go to this person. If we needed that, and all of a sudden, the room changed instantaneously. And we were very lucky because we were tweeting and we could physically see the change. The rest of the time, we got out of the way and we let the conversations happen. And whether you know it or not, you were a part of a tipping point that not only changed the learning in this school, but will change the learning in schools forever from this day. The part of the sentence that matters the most, beyond you matter, is the world needs your contribution. When your mom says, oh, that's great, let me put it on the refrigerator, you're like, well, it's my mom. What's she gonna do? Like, she's gonna not like my picture? When your teacher says, that's great, I appreciate your contribution, well, they're paid to do that. So that's not very motivating. When someone they don't know, someone that has no stake in the game, notices their contribution and says, wow, tell me more about that, everything changed. So on a random collision with Saul and a lot of faith and a lot of love, your network, our network, listened. These students live streamed within a half an hour what they believed their contribution could be. This is what matters to me. This is what breaks my heart about it. This is not okay, and this is what I'm going to do about it, and I need your help, world. We didn't know if 2 people would tune in or 12 people would tune in and 100 did, because we have a beautiful network, right, Deb? And we have beautiful technology that allowed those interactions to be personal, where they didn't just see a tweet, they saw amazing, influential people sitting right in this room that came in and took 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, that changed everything for these kids. And we saw it like it was watching Superman come into their powers. Before, the tweets were like, yeah, we're sitting here, we're gonna be changing the world today, no, when are you gonna pick me up to go swimming? Yeah, this is great. And then it was like, oh my gosh, don't look at that, somebody should fix that, somebody should do that. And then we started having these rules. So the only rule for the day was be brave. You must be brave. If you have any indication that anyone in this room is holding back their genius, if they are withholding something awesome or hesitating in any level, they will be asked to leave. And they were fierce about hearing the words. If you heard the word just, or the word only, or the word if, or the word but, you were on probation, because those words were not spoken. And it was amazing how we became braver and more courageous and more fierce every second. We had no idea how the day was going to turn out. No idea. And we just kept watching the tweets. And every time you responded, they became fiercer. When the world said, I don't underestimate your contribution. I value what you said. You are essential, not from a level of tokenism and not from a level of obligation, but from a level of equality. It was unbelievable. We had no idea, but they stayed, and they recruited others. 10s and 20. We had almost 400 students, and they stayed for 2 days, and they wouldn't go home. Like, they're saying, well, we're here at night at Chipotle. I'm like, go home, go to sleep. We can change the world tomorrow. The superintendent calls me in the morning at 6:45. Angela, can you get to the school? Can you get to the auditorium? I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? It's like the kids are here early. I'm like, they're here early, and school is out. School is over, and they're in the auditorium filling up, and it's unbelievable. We could not get them to eat. We couldn't get them to go to the bathroom. We couldn't get them to do anything because they were needed by you. And it was breathtaking. We talk about data and we talk about proof. And this is the proof that I need and that you need. I asked them at the end, we asked them at the end, when I say these words, you are a genius and the world needs your contribution. How many of you believe me now? 21 hours later, 15 social enterprises completely launched and completely leveraged. How many of you believe me now? We did not have an auditorium of kids checking their phones. We did not have kids sitting in the back. We had kids up front, standing there fierce, saying, I believe you. And most importantly, I believe in me. Because there's no way that I could put words on what this means, not only for these students, but the amount of students they've inspired since these 2 or 3 weeks have passed. I am beyond honored and privileged to have 6 of the learners from that day join me to finish the story. So please welcome them.
Hi, I'm Shannon. I would just like to tell you these 2 days really matter to me because every day in society we're told that our grades create our genius or what college we get into. And Angela came and told us that basically we are genius, and to have her support and tell us that no matter what, we are genius was crazy.
Hi, I'm Aaliyah, and this opportunity mattered to me because it was a chance for us to redefine what the standards of our education were, and we were given the opportunity to make an actual impact instead of just doing busy work and standardized tests.
Hi, my name is Manisha, and these 2 days were really important to me because for the first time, we weren't given any rules or restrictions on what we can do in school, and we were given the freedom to develop our own ideas.
Hi, my name is Dana, and this experience was different for me because for the first time, business innovators actually wanted to hear what I had to say.
Hi, I'm Gabby, and these 2 days were important to me because we were given the opportunity to do anything, and most people would say, but you can't do this, you can't do that, nothing is going to come out of this. But we proved them wrong in just those 2 days, and we showed them that we could do everything.
Hi, I'm Emily, and these 2 days were important to us because we created a new charity organization called Bikes with Benefits, and now we are ready to ride and ready to rescue.
They've already met with Struck Bikes. This is still not good enough. We can do better. We have enough collective genius in our world to tackle anything that it brings to us. What's been missing is their seat at the table. We have almost 1 million students a part of our movement that have publicly and fiercely proclaimed that they are choosing to matter. They are not asking for permission. They are not asking for anything other than for you to notice and you to honor what it is that they are creating. This is the world that I want to live in, and we need you to make it happen. We need your...
We need you to tell our leaders that we are worth more than our test scores.
We need the opportunity, and we need a chance.
We need you to answer our questions.
We need mentors and we need guidance.
We need you to listen to us when we tell you we can change the world.
And that's not enough. We need your genius.
So do you believe us? You are a genius, and we need your contribution. Please help us in our quest to choose to matter. Thank you so much. Thank you.